Fellas, today we're talking about 7 underrated factors you should consider when purchasing a men's fragrance, be it for yourself or as a gift. Now, we often focus our time and attention on things like the brand, packaging, scent profile, projection, sillage, longevity. You see where I'm going here, but there are other things to consider that could enhance a scent's performance. So let's get started with our list of these 7 you should consider. First up is seasonality. Now, if you are a fragrance collector, then this one here is child's play for you. But if you are new to the world of fragrance or purchasing fragrances for someone as a gift, then it's important to understand that the season you're wearing the fragrance in can greatly impact how a fragrance performs and your overall experience with that scent. Therefore, you should look for fragrances that suit specific seasons. In the spring and the summer, go for lighter, fresher, airier fragrances. But for the fall and winter, or in that cooler weather, you want to go for fragrances that have a little bit more spice and a little bit more kick. If you're looking for some good seasonal starts, then go ahead and start with my latest summer video, which I will have linked and listed down below to get you started on the right track. Next up is the layering potential. Now, layering fragrances isn't for everyone. However, if you are into layering or thinking about layering, you want to find fragrances that have layering potential. Oftentimes, fragrance brands, if they have layering potential, they'll either list it on their website or the sales associate will be kind enough to tell you like, hey, this fragrance pairs well with this one. And it's not something you need to do all the time, but if you're looking to create a unique wearing experience with the fragrance, then layering fragrances can be a great way to go without starting your own fragrance brand. Next on our list is versatility, and versatility is key, and it stops you from purchasing the whole fragrance collection like I did. If you look for fragrances that have the ability to be worn in the office, date night, casual, out and about, that makes it really easy for you to smell great no matter the occasion, and also save not only a little but a lot of coin along the way, because you're not picking out 10, 15, 20, 30 different fragrances to kind of capture each environment. You can have 1 or 2, maybe 5 fragrances with supreme versatility and save a lot of coin along the way. But if you like collecting, then go ahead and collect, but that is a great way to get your foot in the game without spending a lot of change. Our next quality is underrated, but it's significant, and it's probably one of the most underrated and most important in my book, which happens to be that of compliment factor. Now, some people out there may tell you that compliment factor doesn't matter, but you're only purchasing the fragrance so you can smell good, and in most cases, you want others to think you smell good as well, so compliment factor comes in. If you go out and you spend your hard-earned money on a fragrance that you truly enjoy, and your girlfriend or spouse runs away from you every time you wear it, you're likely not going to wear the fragrance again. So compliment factor is going to be a huge play when it comes down to this. Therefore, you should try for fragrances that you enjoy but also have the potential for others to like it. Looking for highly complimented fragrances? I got some down below, but I think compliments are super important. And since we're talking about important topics, this next one is super important, and that one is value for money. As a fragrance reviewer, I am often asked, yo B, is this one worth the money? And I'll have to tell you that overall it's subjective. I can't answer that one for you. You have to get it, smell it, and determine was it worth your coin. But there are some things to consider to determine if it is worth your money. Pro tip, just because a fragrance is expensive doesn't mean it's going to get you compliments, nor does it mean that it's going to perform well. So you have to consider, out of everything that we talked about today, as well as other things that we traditionally deem important, do those things constitute something that is worth whatever you paid for it, whether it's $500 or $50? There's a lot to consider when spending your money. The next factor is a 2-for-1, and that one happens to be uniqueness / originality. Now, when we look at the fragrance game, especially designer fragrances, a lot of people say, hey, that fragrance isn't unique, that fragrance isn't game-changing. In fact, I've done it myself a ton, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good fragrance. But if you're looking for something that's also going to help you stand out from the crowd and be vastly different than things that you might pick up at a Sephora or a Macy's or a Dillard's, then I would urge you to try out some high-end luxury fragrance brands or niche fragrance brands that don't break the bank. And if they do break the bank, well, if it's worth it, go ahead and buy it. Again, you have to determine if it's worth the overall price. There are a lot of fragrances out there, but I'll tell you that when you get into niche and indie brands, they tend to explore creativity a lot more than others because they're not looking to mass produce fragrances. You have some fragrance artisans sitting there trying to craft things that are unique and special. And I think that a lot of fragrance brands, especially in the niche and indie side, have done this extremely well. Last but not least on our list today, it happens to be that of emotional connection. Now, scent is the most powerful sense that you have, and it's powerful in terms of evoking memories. There are times that you may wear a fragrance and you say, you know what, I remember this time, or I remember this day, or I remember that the fragrance made me feel this way. Fragrances can be uplifting, they can be energetic, they can be calming, they can be a ton of things. So when you're purchasing a fragrance, consider the emotional connection that you might have with it. You may smell something that smells horrendous and be off-putting, put you in a bad mood. You may smell something that is lovely and have you ready to seize the day. I think all of these things have a place within a collection, maybe not the bad ones, we don't want those over here, but some of you may enjoy the artistry of fragrance, and that is okay as well. So those are the 7 underrated factors to consider when purchasing a fragrance, especially here in 2023. Now, with that being said, I think that the standard things are still important as well. The brand loyalty, brand recognition, scent, the projection, the performance, the sillage, you know, the huge. That's all I have for you today, though. Let me know what else that you consider when purchasing a fragrance. Compliments is up high for me. Comment down below and let me know. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Don't underrate this channel and hit the goddamn